last call for glory. We're running the game with strategy sharp, igniting the flame. Draft day madness, our hearts pounding fast. In this fantasy showdown, we're built to outlast.
This is a last call fantasy football podcast on Tuesday after our first full week of football. Coming
It's
off
a lot of football watching.
Honestly,
I'm not complaining, but oh my gosh.
did feel like a lot. And Justin had the luxury of being by himself at his house all weekend. No distraction, so nothing but glued to the television. So
I was also sick, so I was stuck on the couch.
oh no, worst case situation. No. How you feeling? You feeling better? We gotta get you some
feel
energy. He's got the liquid
This will make me feel right.
liquid energy. Yes, it will. But what makes me feel better is knowing that I whooped your ass week 1, mother papa. He ain't gonna have no comment. Both of our teams struggled mightily.
What, are you scared to cuss?
No, I almost knocked the headphones off my head when I did that.
Oh.
No.
Yeah, honestly, everybody kind of sucked this week because defenses roll week 1.
Yeah. I saw there were only 2 games of the entire, actually 3 including Monday night, but only 3 games the entire first week that hit the over. So, not a whole lot of points going around.
Unders. And I bet on one of the unders that hit the over.
Oh my God.
My fucking luck.
No, it was a wonky week 1 in the NFL. My Broncos struggled mightily against a very average Tennessee defense. And, of course, if you watch the previous episodes, you know that I currently have Bo Nix, Cortland Sutton, and J.K. Dobbins. However, both of those players scored the only 2 touchdowns of the game for Denver. So it worked out. But They look sloppy. All your top-tier receivers were sloppy. They sucked. Drake London went down with injury, but only had 55 yards. Amon-Ra St. Brown only had a couple points. Jamar Chase,
Waddle.
Nico Collins, Jalen Waddle. Don't even get started on the Miami Dolphins. Absolute dumpster fire. Kenneth Walker with his situation. That's very weird. And we're here to break it all down. We're gonna.
You know who didn't suck?
Who?
Amika Egbuka.
Oh yeah, you're making me crazy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, nah, he's that dude. But also,
I said it. You can rewind the tape. I said in the rookie show, he's the best wide receiver in this draft class.
Yeah, I mean, he very well could be. Two touchdown for week 1 performance on a dot from Baker Mayfield. Honestly,
It was a dot. It was also an amazing route and catch.
The second one was more on Ibuka, but the first one was all Baker. He laid that thing in between 3 defenders right on the money. It was insane.
That was sick.
Also, I'm gonna beat your ass because what was that? How many shows are we gonna have to do?
I raised my glass earlier.
That was a showcase. We were gonna
toast.
That was a showcase. You didn't say
no,
nothing.
You didn't raise yours, so I was like, oh, he doesn't have one.
You were explaining why you were having some energy. So
I thought
get out
he
of
didn't
here.
have one.
Who you think I am? I ain't come unprepared for the show. Whatever, bro. Anyways, no, lots of cool storylines through week 1. The best, of course, is me winning. Being 1-0 feels great. It's going to be a long road ahead. This season, I feel like, is going to be tough, especially since we added the double flex in our 10-man league. So I think that adds a layer of nuance, a lot of depth chart situations, a lot of.
I don't know if I love it yet.
I think no one's ever going to love it because it makes you have to be better. So you're never going to feel as confident.
It just I feel like you will, unless you just somehow had an insane draft or you got really lucky or whatever, you trade rape somebody. I feel like it doesn't matter what you do. Like, you're not going to go into any week just like 100% confident on all your players.
But that's the whole idea, though. Is it's more fun
Yeah.
when you have players that are start worthy. That it's kind of a coin flip. That's why we did it, because it's like,
Yeah.
for example, J.K. Dobbins was my second flex this week. J.K. Dobbins is a starting running back in the NFL. Like, in most leagues, in most situations, like, he should be started. Like, that's the situation. And it just depends on your depth and how you drafted. I mean, who knows? Maybe the reason you don't feel that way is because you went double onesies in the top 5 rounds, so your second flex doesn't feel as strong. But you got plenty of players to fill that spot. But I'm just saying, that's the whole idea of why we did it, is to make sure that the guys that...
Yeah, for reference, I have Kenneth Walker and Jalen Waddle. That's what made it feel bad.
Well, yeah.
The rest of my team actually did pretty good, but I had 2 absolute stinkers.
Yeah, there wasn't any... I mean, unless your name was Derrick Henry or Josh Allen.
Yeah.
I don't think there was any, like, mind-boggling
McCaffrey
performances.
did pretty well.
Yeah, but he didn't score. I mean,
Yeah, he had 15 points.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, there was no, like, game-breaking performances other than those 2 guys.
Which, by the way, McCaffrey's going to be the running back one.
If he can be healthy, man, that San Francisco curse is cursing everyone. He is siphoning off everyone's health.
He's back.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to be elite. Brock Purdy's hurt.
Also, ETN and Brees Hall. Holy shit.
That was like the turd sandwich of last year, was Brees Hall and ETN, and we might have given up too soon. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. We're just rambling because there's so many things that happened across all 32 teams in the NFL. Fun stuff to talk about. We're gonna have a longer show, but we'll get. I'm sure we'll get into that stuff as we go through.
I've got
the
like
segments.
injury news. If you want to start getting little.
I mean, sure.
Little structure here.
Yeah. Go ahead. Hit us with the recap.
All right. I feel like we got out pretty easy, I would say.
I give it a C plus. I feel like there's a few annoyances.
I'm definitely going to be missing some players on here. I've got 3 3 players of note. You got Brock Bowers. He has a knee injury. That's been kind of like hush hush. He says he's fine, but they haven't even like said what the knee injury is, or
he
if
just
it's a
got
sprain, or
he got hit on a 38-yard pass, which was glorious, but
Yeah.
it just like kind of got clipped, hit low. He went out of the game, went to the tent, but he said he was trying to get back in the game, but based on the game situation, the training staff said no. But he said he was trying to go back in.
I've heard that he could miss this week, but it's not going to be anything more than that.
Yeah, no MRIs were negative, so.
Yeah. Xavier Worthy, shoulder dislocation. He's going to miss some time. Dislocating your shoulder is pretty rough. I think it's not even really a thing of like, he could go out and play, but it's just a pain tolerance issue, I think. And when you're a wide receiver, you can't be wincing for pain when you're trying to catch the football. You might as well just not play and have somebody else suit up in your place. I think he'll miss 3 to 5 weeks, personally. Like, he might go on IR.
Yeah, what I heard is you can either tough it out and try and play and have it linger, or you can do surgery, which I don't know the science behind why the hell you would need surgery for a dislocation. I don't know if there's like tendon damage, but they said, or you can do the surgery, be out for an indefinite amount of time, and then come back at full strength when that's healed. So it's like you can either just like suffer through it. It sucks that it's week 1. So that's the only thing that scares me.
We don't know if he has any tendon. We don't know if it's just a dislocation or if he has tendon damage yet, though, either. So
yeah, I'm just saying it's a wide range of outcomes for Zabo.
Yeah, it could be bad, and it could be good for other players like Hollywood Brown.
Yeah, so. And whoever the hell else they have thrown out there.
I mean, I think if Xavier Worthy misses time, Kelsey and Hollywood Brown are going to share about 15 targets each a game.
Except Hollywood or Worthy got knocked out the 3rd play of the game, and Travis Kelsey had 4 targets. So don't even get me started on
Yeah,
Kelce.
more so Hollywood
nonsense.
Brown, but Kelsey will hang around.
Yep.
Then we got another tight end, George Kittle, who is actually going on IR. Hamstring injury, out 3 to 5 weeks.
Wah.
I actually saw a video on this. I guess there's two parts of the hamstring. There's like your whatever. He injured his fast twitch muscle side, which is really bad because anytime you go to use those fast twitch muscles, you're risking re-injury. So I think that's why they're just going ahead and put him on IR.
Yeah, I mean it's a long season. It's week 1, and they need him.
Yeah.
So I'm not shocked.
Yeah, they don't need what happened to Justin Jefferson a couple years ago, where he like just kind of played through it and then ended up having to take time off. And I think he might have even had like surgery on it, right?
No, he missed 6 games throughout the year. I think it was like week 2, and then he missed 6 games because I remember it was like super late in the season. We were like doing trade talks because I think you had him. Yeah, that's when you traded him for Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it sucks for Kittle. Hindsight's 2020, but I'm glad I didn't decide to wait on tight end in our drafts because Kittle would have been the selection, and I would be punching the air right now.
That was literally my game plan, and McBride fell on the third for me. So that's all I had for injuries. I'm sure there's more, but those are the big guys that I know of.
Yep, I mean, Brock
Jonathan
Purdy.
Taylor did have a neck, like he tweaked his neck in the game. I haven't heard anything about him. Like, I think it might have just been a stinger, honestly.
Yeah, stinger. It was a weird hit. He like
It's something to watch.
fell forward and got hit, like sandwiched his head and neck like into the ground. It did look weird.
Yeah, I thought he had concussion.
Yeah, I'm very, very glad that it wasn't that. But he just based on the score and the situation, like why the hell are you gonna risk it? Get the young buck some carries, the rookie DJ Giddens.
DJ Giddens looked fucking good.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough to say with the Miami team.
He's like a different running back. You know what I think DJ Giddens is what he's going to end up being at some point is, what was his name?
Oh no.
Damn, I already forgot his name. How the mighty fall. Remember that running back the Colts used to have?
Marlon Mack?
No, the one who actually like played with Jonathan Taylor, like
Naheem
was
Hines.
like a Naheem Hines. Yeah. I think he's going to end up being a Naheem Hines for the team, honestly.
Yeah. Prior to that, I mean, Jonathan Taylor had. Correct me if I'm wrong, but he had 100% of the snaps until he got hurt.
No,
I never saw anyone else out there until he got hurt.
I think Giddens had a drive.
I don't think until he got hurt, but
no, I thought I remember it. I could be wrong though, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, trust me, I was watching closely, and I'm pretty sure he wasn't out there. But no,
I mean, Jonathan Taylor's eating. I mean,
he would have had over 100 yards easy if he didn't get hurt. He finished with like 78.
Giddens had 40 yards in the last couple drives. So obviously Taylor probably could have put up more than that.
Yeah. So I think he'll play next week. I think it was game script situations where they pulled him out. I know I mentioned Brock Purdy actually has a decent chance to miss week 2 with a toe and a shoulder injury. And it's being downplayed, but they said that the toe is actually a more serious injury than the shoulder. And for whatever reason, I don't know what about it in terms of injuries. I've never injured my toe, but why the hell can a toe be so detrimental to your playing status? Like one singular toe.
I mean, shit, getting turf toe, man.
I know, but anyways. So yeah, like I said, there's a few big ones. Like Kittle is a huge one. I mean, he was a second, third, fourth round pick depending on your league. Who else did we say?
Worthy's kind of big too. He's a 4th or 5th rounder.
Yeah, Worthy's a huge player. Who else did you say?
Well, Brock Bowers.
Well, Bowers.
Which
it's
I don't think he'll miss this week, but he could. But it's not going to be more than this week.
Yeah.
So
it's the other one that I think is worth monitoring is
Evan
Drake
Ingram.
London. Well, yeah, Evan Ingram. He's going to miss multiple weeks. So
yeah.
Drake London actually left the game and didn't come back. but initial reports, he's day to day. It just sucks because like you said, for a wide receiver to have a shoulder injury, I think sucks. I think that has a lot to do with contested catches, which that's his thing. And if he's like feeling it, it's going to be tougher to come down with those balls. So I don't know.
I heard he was most likely going to miss this week.
Well, that would suck because I love Drake London, but
yeah, I have him in my dynasty too.
All right. We got some fun stuff to run through today. But before we do that, we need to recap last week's nonsense is what I'm going to call it, because it was nonsense for me. I shit the bed 100%. My week 1 predictions, again, every elite player seemed to just not do what they were supposed to do. Game scripts were weird. The NFL is weird, but that's why we love it. So I'll just recap my bet the house here. Joe Flacco was not a top 12 quarterback in week 1 against the Bengals. For whatever reason, the Bengals defense still was bad. They got doubled up on yardage comparatively. Like, the Browns doubled up yardage against the Bengals. However, just the touchdowns didn't come. He threw 2 picks. Both of them weren't his fault. He ended up as the QB 20. Like, it could have been worse.
Yeah.
They only scored 16 points in the game.
It wasn't a high-scoring game, so that kind of hurt him.
Yeah, which we all fully expected it to be. And unfortunately, that was a big ol' L. And no, the Raiders did not get beat by the Patriots as I really expected them to, except the rain played a factor. The Raiders got up quick. They scored instantly, and the Patriots just were playing catch-up over and over again. And just the O-line for the Patriots got destroyed. I was watching the whole game. They got destroyed.
Is him.
He still looks great. Unfortunately, it really sucks that we didn't get a full view of how he can play. I saw a stat.
Yeah.
I think he had 38 yards rushing. He had 44 yards after contact.
Wow.
So he finished with less yards than yards after contact.
That's crazy.
Because he slipped a bunch of times. Again, it was raining. He was getting blown up in the backfield. But on the couple runs where he did get space, or at least got the ball rolling, he was getting downhill. I just keep going back to the quote that he said. He's like, I forget what it was, because he said something along the lines of, if you need a running back to not get tackled, draft the guy who they can't tackle. And that was whatever it was. It basically draft the guy that they can't
I didn't
tackle.
actually really watch that game. Did he end up converting to the NFL running back stance, or did he stick
It's like a
to his
hybrid.
Fucking...
It's like a
Okay.
He's not standing straight up.
I really hope he just sticks to what he had, because I thought that was fucking sick.
No, he didn't have the full on
That touchdown run was, you could see the talent in that touchdown run.
Everyone and their mothers knew that ball was going to Genty on the goal line. And to my dismay, he got it in. But so the Raiders, they took care of business. And I said Brock Bowers has over 12 targets. He had 8 targets, 103 yards. It was still he finished as the tight end 1 on the week. However, he didn't. Okay, so I will say this, not to panic alarm Brock Bowers. He was only on the field, he only ran 54% of the team's routes. He and Michael Mayer were interchanging. And not that it was very concerning. It almost seemed like Mayer was out there because he's a good player too. But they design plays to get Bowers the ball. So I'm saying not full panic. But
yeah. Well, it was probably they're bringing Mayer out for the run plays, which they're not going to use Bowers for anyways.
Well, no, I'm saying the route participation. So when he was out there, they only ran 54% of the routes. So again, weather, weirdness. I'm just want to put that out there. And by context, Trey McBride was over 90% of route participation. So
That's right.
So I'm just throwing that out there. And then 0 for 3. I said the Bears beat the Vikings at home and Justin Jefferson finishes outside the top 24. He was well on his way until that touchdown that put him in the top 24. And it was looking great. The Bears were whooping their ass for 3 quarters, and then the Vikings locked in, and the Vikings got it done. But everything that I expected about that game did not come to fruition. Yeah. It was weird. Very, very weird.
No, honestly, something that really discouraged me as an Adunze owner, he ended up getting his yard or his targets. Like, if you look at the stat sheet, it's not that scary, right? If you watch the game, it's scary. Because he really, like, he doesn't look for Adunze. It's like, if Adunze's open, yeah, he'll pass it to him. But it's like, I mean, he's not, like, he is not taking that leap, that Neighbors Jamar Chase leap, where he's like, I'm the fucking dude, give me the ball. He's not taking that leap as far as that game went. I do think he might have been getting double teamed that game. I saw multiple throws to him where he was double teamed, so maybe that was the reason Zacchaeus was heavily targeted.
I mean, I don't think he was like, it was that Zacchaeus was heavily targeted. This was the concern with the Bears coming in, was that they got a lot going on. Luther Burden was a non-factor. Yeah. He was kick returner, but you still had DJ Moore. Loveland got a few targets. And talk about targets, it felt like most of them went to DeAndre Swift. It was to the running back. And I mean, if you want to talk about like comparative DJ Moore to Rome Odunze, I mean, Rome had the better outing.
Well, yeah.
So I'm
just
not
saying it's a panic alarm. I just don't think that. I don't think we're gonna get what we hoped for. That's all.
But I wasn't hoping.
I think he'll be decent.
I didn't have the expectation that he was going to become a 12 target a game type of guy like a Neighbors, just because of the pure like talent that they have around there. He was going to be. My bet with Odunze was he's going to be extremely talented. He's going to make the most of his opportunities, and he is going to take a tad step up, like in the pecking order of opportunities. So, which is still going to be good, but I would be shocked if he entered like the top 10 of wide receivers this year, just because of all the mouths to feed.
Yeah, and Caleb Williams pretty much did what he did his entire rookie season, and that was he looked damn good, and then he didn't.
I mean, yeah.
And he's just following in Trevor Lawrence's footsteps.
Except one thing I think is underrated about Caleb in that game last night was he was fast as hell. He was like escaping from the defenders at like an extreme rate. And I knew he could like scramble a little bit, but I always thought he had that like Mahomes-y like shiftiness where he just kind of like scoots his way through. But when he took off and ran, he was escaping. And I'm like, where the hell did this come from?
I think he reminds me of a young Mahomes. I feel like Mahomes used to be damn fast, and the way that he does, like, he sits in the pocket. Like, I will say this, his pocket awareness is pretty damn elite.
Oh, well,
like
he did much better today or yesterday than he did all of last year. But
yeah,
this in this game, it was like one cut, one move, and then make a decision. Before, it was dance around until you just can't dance around anymore. However, that first cut, he can feel it, and he can make a very successful first man miss in the pocket. There should have been 4 sacks that game that just didn't. So props to him.
Yeah.
All right, that's my bet the house. We jacked that up big time, and we'll be bouncing back. Promise.
All right. We'll start off with mine. I had that the Commanders and Giants game will be a shootout week 1, and Jaden Daniels breaks the sophomore slump curse with a big week 1 performance.
He was fine. Definitely wasn't
like
a shootout.
A net neutral. I would say, yeah, he did break the curse. Like, he didn't have a bad game. He did still look good.
Yeah.
And it wasn't a big week 1 performance, but it was good.
But where I will say is it definitely wasn't a shootout. Those defenses were going bar for bar with
yeah.
each other.
Yeah, for sure. The second one was the Cardinals get off to a hot start against an atrocious Saints defense. Kyler Murray, McBride, and Harrison all have top 12 finishes at their position.
I think you might be right.
I might be right about that, actually. I think Marvin Harrison is the only one who might be on
number
the
9.
cusp.
Number 9 receiver.
So I might be right about that.
Let me take a
Murray
peek at
might not be top 12.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. He was like 13 or 14.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I mean, he scored 22 points in our league. That was fine. It's just he needed his passing volume. I mean, listen.
Yeah.
Cover 4 shell has ruined the NFL. I'm looking at these stat lines of like top passing quarterbacks. Like Baker Mayfield was the QB 9 with 167 yards passing.
Yeah, it's honestly, it's bad.
Like,
I don't know what they're going to be able to do to.
they're gonna have to
Well,
have
I'll tell you
running
what's
backs.
gonna happen
They're gonna have
is
to have
we're
running
gonna go
backs.
back to running backs, yeah.
Yeah.
And you've already kind of seen that shift. Like, Jonathan Taylor got fucking paid. Like, they're starting to get back to paying these running backs and leaning on them.
I'm telling you, no, it'll come in cycles, but yeah. So you were close on that. I mean, and I'll even give you that because McBride, I think, was the tight end.
He's probably like top 10.
1, 2, 3, 4. Huh. I mean, he had 61 yards, which is fine for a tight end.
Yeah.
But actually, there was quite a few decent tight ends. There was also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tight ends that scored a touchdown. And when you only get 60 yards,
Yeah.
you know, all of those tight ends like Tucker Kraft, Kittle, Noah Fant, Zach Ertz, Travis Kelce, Dalton Kincaid. Plus, you had Jonnu Smith, Jake Tonjes, and Davis Allen all outscored Trey McBride because of that touchdown. But, I'll give you 60% on that.
This one, I would say I knocked out of the park. Dak and the Cowboys struggle early against the stout Eagles defense. CD still gets his, but it's not spectacular.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
It's pretty much how the game went. I would say that Dak did not actually suck, though.
No, Dak played fantastic.
CD kind of sucked.
I mean, it was the Cowboys' defense not stopping a nosebleed, and just red zone and touchdowns. And obviously, in key moments to extend drives, they just couldn't do it. But like in between, then, you know, on their half of the field as they're marching down, like they did fine. It's just the key money downs they didn't do well. But
yeah, but for fantasy, Dak did suck. CD got his.
yeah, 100%. So nailed it. All right. Now, let's recap these tough calls real quick. So, I'll start with mine. We can run through these. This one is super underwhelming, but I'll take the dub because I need it. We said Calvin Ridley versus Denver or Xavier Worthy versus the Chargers. So, we both went Calvin Ridley.
Hell yeah.
2.7 points to 0. That
Dude, if Xavier really didn't get knocked out in the first fucking second of the game, we would have been fucked.
Yeah. And then we both said J.K. Dobbins over Tank Bigsby. I'm really pissed off about the Tank Bigsby situation. But yeah, Dobbins scored the touchdown, 12.8 points. Nothing spectacular, 16 for 68 in the score.
Yeah.
And then Justin went DeAndre Swift over Minnesota. I did Tony Pollard versus Denver. Technically, that was a good call by me. It was 0.4 points difference, 6.9 to 6.5.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Pollard actually had some chunk runs.
Watching the game, I felt
Denver.
like DeAndre Swift played a lot better than he finished stat-wise.
I mean, if you think about it, like
I guess he didn't get in
65.
the end zone, so.
Yeah, but see, right? That's what I'm saying. So unless you're prolific on the ground or yardage wise, if you don't get in the end zone, your numbers are going to look pedestrian, especially in a standard league like we play in. So yeah, it was very, again, these players that we picked, it's like a bunch of turd balls. Like the offense was not there this week. So, what was yours?
Well, I don't have who we picked. Unfortunately, lost that data.
Well, I'll be able to tell you.
We had Debo versus the Giants or Jacoby Myers versus New England.
We both picked
pretty
Debo.
Positive I picked Debo there, and I thought you did too.
Yeah, and Debo had a great game. Debo was a top 8 receiver this week.
I think we both won that one.
No, more than that. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Jacoby Myers was actually good too, I believe, but
Debo was a wide receiver 5.
Yeah, I think he's going to be pretty damn good this year.
I mean, Jacoby Myers had 97 yards.
Then we had Nick Chubb versus the Rams or Judy versus Bengals. I remember I was Nick Chubb, and I believe you were Judy.
Yeah, I 100% would have been Judy, and Judy scored 2 points. So I don't know where Chubb finished. I know it wasn't very high.
I think he scored like 6.
Let me see if I can pull it up real quick. Where's old Chubber? He had 6 on the dot. Good memory. And then I know Judy was way down there, right?
Yeah.
Because I know I told Timmy to start Judy over Devontae Smith, and unfortunately, it worked out. but yeah, it was ugly all the way around. But anyways, so that's a wash.
Yeah. And then Waddle versus Indiana or Adunze versus Minnesota. I think we both picked Adunze.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I would have picked Adunze. I'm team anti-Waddle.
Which, yeah, that worked out. So we did pretty good, I would say.
Yeah, 100% on those ones, anyways. But
yeah.
All right. So, week 1's in the books. We learned quite a few things. I did, anyways. Just like every week 1. Unfortunately, the waiver wire is pretty barren, other than like a couple of we should have known type players. One of our sleepers in our sleeper episode, Quentin Johnston, he was undrafted. He should be a priority ad. But the running back waiver wire situation is pretty ass. There's only a few wideouts that are worth a damn, in my opinion. So it'll be interesting to go back on what we learned from week 1 to see how week 2 goes.
Yeah, unfortunately, the fantasy football community's just been on it the last couple of years. It's really hard to get these sleeper running backs these days. Like Krosky literally got drafted in our league, and that was before the Brian Robinson trade. So,
yeah,
I mean,
he had 10 for 80 in a score. So,
no, I think he's great. I actually tried to put in a trade for him. It was rejected. But
interesting. All right.
I offered up Waddle. I felt like, it's not a terrible trade. Depends on what you think of Waddle. But.
Yeah. No, it could definitely go both ways. But without further ado, let's get into some ish for next week so we can get back on track, quite literally. So let's get it. That's Justin's first time seeing that.
That was pretty sick. I don't know what
I was going to say. You don't know what music played because I should have done a different one first because it's just like some clown car music. It's like dun 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 dun. Just imagine like Steamboat Mickey. But anyways, we're back on track. So,
all right.
Now we're in the back on track segment. So now we can get it started with players that we have high expectations for this coming week that didn't necessarily perform the previous week. So, with that being said, I'll start out with my first one. It's going to be CJ Stroud. He plays Tampa Bay on Monday night. which we do have a Monday night doubleheader. I don't know if you saw that. It's pretty awful. It makes me want to vomit because the Chargers Raiders starts at 10 p.m. EST.
Yeah, that's terrible.
So CJ Stroud, he had a really, really hard time against the LA Rams. I think the Rams are an elite defense, so that doesn't shock me. Their O-line still sucks. However, Tampa Bay doesn't have the same level of pass rush. They still have the weapons in their offense to be able to have a great game. CJ Stroud is great. I mean, he finished 188 yards, no touchdowns, threw a pick. He did run for 32 yards. And I just think Tampa Bay's defense can be exploited a little bit more. Michael Penix, in his first game as a full-time starter, he had a really good stat line. He was efficient, he played well, and I think CJ Stroud gets back on track. Any objections?
No, I think I think it's right. I actually think that he's kind of a sleeper this year. Week 1 was not a great showing. It kind of looked more like last year. That O-line is fucking dog shit. But I think that wide receiver room is pretty special. They'll get it rolling. CJ Stroud is amazing. And that was the Rams defense.
Yeah.
Pay attention.
At
take
Rams.
notes. I think that's going to be maybe the best defense this year.
Could be.
Yeah, my first back on track is none other than Kenny Walker. I mean, it's pretty easy to get back on track when you sucked donkey dick last week. Okay, here's the thing. I think this actually happened last year, and I think it was at the beginning of the season where Kenneth Walker had an injury, and he still played through the injury, but the snap percentage went more 50-50 to Charbonnet. I think that's what happened, truthfully. I hope that's what happened. Because I have Kenneth Walker.
I mean...
But no, in all seriousness, I do think that's what happened. I don't think out of nowhere they're just like, yeah, Charbonnet, the guy who has never stepped up when it's been his time to shine on this offense, has never taken over Kenneth Walker. All of a sudden now he's better than Kenneth Walker. I don't think that's the case. I mean, come on.
I mean, yeah, I don't think they're fully like committing to the timeshare. Per touch, Charbonnet was much, much better. I mean, 10 attempts for 20 yards is pretty awful.
Yeah. But that goes to my point, though. I think he's hurt.
Yeah, no, I think that's a real possibility too. It's just, it's going to be one of those things where it's like, how long do you buy into that?
I mean, we're talking about the guy.
It hurt you?
The stat line you gave about Janty earlier, that was Kenneth Walker all last year. He led the league in yards after contact.
Yeah. And
so he's not a bad running back. He is much better than Charbonnet. I remember last year, even when they would switch on and off, he was just like the amount of... It was like watching Jonathan Taylor and DJ Giddens. You know what I mean? That's how it's always been with Kenneth Walker. I don't think... like it's not like he's old. He's not washed. I think he's probably just hurt. And he'll get back to his normal self.
Fair. I get it.
Also, I did look up. I was curious. 49ers have always had... I feel like they pick on their division mates almost a little bit. So I did go back in time a little bit, and I looked at his past encounters with the 49ers. They've almost always been bad.
I mean, the 49ers defense has just always been good, so like that makes sense to me. So hopefully the Seahawks O-line keeps up and he'll get back on track because, again, he's my ride or die this year. I'm a believer. So, and I hope he doesn't prove me wrong. All right. Back on track. This one might seem like a layup. However, I think there's some nuance to it. It's Brian Thomas Jr. He only caught one catch in the entire game, and they blew out the Panthers. Liam Cohen came in a presser after the game and broke down every single target he had and what happened, how it happened, like basically excusing, not that it was all excusable, but he definitely wanted to make a point to say, hey, we're getting there. He saved his fantasy day because he was bailed out by a touchdown run They gave him a handoff and he scored. But other than that, he had one catch for 9 yards. So it was a rough day for him. But again, I think they're playing Cincinnati next week. We know that defense can be exploited, and Brian Thomas Jr. is still elite. Don't bail, even though Travis Hunter actually led the team in targets that week. And I still think that he is that alpha dog, and he'll get back on track against a ass Cincy defense.
Yeah, I agree with you. I still think he's the best wide receiver on the team, and I don't know, man. My issue with the Jags, and it's not to contradict what you're saying. I don't think we're ever going to get this explosive offense that we were hoping for, where Travis Hunter and Brian Thomas are both great. I don't think we're gonna get that.
I do. I think
Trevor
we're gonna
Lawrence
get there.
is just Trevor Lawrence, and he's mid.
I mean, Trevor Lawrence was this close from an 87-yard touchdown to Travis Hunter, and J.C. Horn made the play of his life, jumping 30 feet in the air, Michael Jordan tipping that ball away. I'm just saying, I think it's probable, but we've differed on that all off season too about the level.
I'm just Travis. You can mark me down as a Trevor Lawrence hater.
All right, fair. I think there's some secret sauce locked up, ready to be squeezed out.
Yeah, maybe if he cuts the Goldilocks. All right, my second back on track player, Dave Montgomery. He had a piss poor performance. He had 4.3 points. He actually had 11 carries. So you would think like, oh, Gibbs took over. It was his team. That's why. No, Dave Montgomery still had 11 carries and 4 receptions, which is pretty good considering their timeshare. I mean, that's pretty much what they did last year.
Do you know how many receptions and targets Gibbs had? Because I know, off the top of my head. Do you know?
He had 10 for 10, right?
Yeah. 10 targets for 10 catches, and he did nothing with them. But I'm just saying that I think that was very much game script. I think you're right. He will get a little bit more back on track. I just know they're playing the Bears coming up.
Just to say, to your point, Gibbs sucked as well. Mm-hmm. That Green Bay defense is going to be. I honestly don't. I think when you have. It doesn't matter who you have going up against the Green Bay defense this year. I think you want to bench him. Truthfully.
I mean, it's only been 1 week, but if it works out that way, it wouldn't shock me, especially with the addition of Micah Parsons.
It was already good. And then they got one of the best players in the league.
Who came in on like 4 days before he played limited snaps, but he got a fucking sack.
Yeah, and they said he had like a neck injury and he might not even play for a couple weeks, but then he did. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like apparently he was having a hard time passing the physical.
Interesting.
Crazy. But yeah, I think he'll get back on track. He had 11 carries. Normally he would be running at least 4 a carry, which would be a lot more than 23 yards.
Sure.
So
I got
he'll
you.
probably also get in the end zone at some point.
No, fair. I hope that's not the case because I play him next week. However, I might agree. All right, my final back on track. T. Higgins getting back on track. He was 3 for 33. I mean, again, it might be a gimme just to the fact that like we know how high powered that Cincy offense can be. They played a very, very good Cleveland defense. I just thought they would be able to overcome that. They play Jacksonville next week. Jacksonville's DBs balled against the Panthers, but we're talking about a Ford versus a Ferrari when it comes to offensive firepower. So I think T. Higgins gets it back. And shockingly enough, he had more receiving yards than Jamar Chase. But
yeah, I don't disagree with that at all.
I mean,
think that was pretty.
Like I said, this segment this week is kind of it's easy, not easy. I mean, we could be wrong about all of these. However, there's a lot of candidates for these because it wasn't a very good week 1 on offense. It was a sloppy offensive performance from the entire NFL. Minus a couple teams, including the I mean, who had a good offensive performance? The Jets and Steelers went toe for toe. The Ravens and Bills went toe for toe. And who else? That's pretty much it. So,
Yeah.
all right. Who's your last one?
All right, I got Terry McLaurin. I think he'll get back on track. They have to play, what is it? Green Bay next week.
Oh, what did you just say?
I did just say I was more so talking about running backs.
Yeah, I figured.
Here's the thing. I think that because Green Bay is going to score, they've got a good offense. I think this is going to be a high-scoring game, or at least Washington's going to get down early, is what I'm saying. They're going to need somebody to catch the ball past the line of scrimmage. That's not Debo. It's going to be Terry McLaurin. I think he'll make some big plays. I don't think they're going to win the game. But I think he'll get some big plays. Yeah.
All right. Fair enough. I almost said, oh, but Jair Alexander's going to lock down the number one receiver. He is not on that team anymore.
And he's not locking down anybody at this point.
No. All right.
Torched by J.J. McCarthy. Or no, by Josh Allen. Which
Correct.
I guess anybody can get torched by Josh Allen, but
All righty. Now for the pure redemption. That was all speculation. This is a segment where we hold near and dear to our heart. And we're going to put our names.
Shit.
What?
Nothing. Just
You're
one of them is something I've already said.
Well, that's all
Pretty
right.
much.
So we will go ahead and we're going to bet the house. Boom! Transition number 2. That one's not as fun. I mean, you've heard that one before. That one's just like some fun casino music because we're getting ready to bet the house with the slot machine. Cha-ching. Bet the house. That James Conner and Trey Benson combined for 150-2 versus Carolina next week.
Sorry, what'd you say?
I was going to say, if you messed up my poetic and dramatic proclamation of a bet the house. Say bet the house that James Conner and Trey Benson combined for 150-2 against Carolina this week.
Jeez. I mean, I like that.
Travis Etienne had 148 himself, and we've got a much better running prowess between the young gun and Trey Benson and old reliable James Conner. And
yes, both those guys look good.
I'm telling you, I feel it coming. Trey Benson had 8 carries for, I think, 60 yards yesterday. Had to have been more than that. But, I mean, he had a 50-yard run that was beastly. I
almost kind of hate it because what we want to be good on this offense is the passing game.
Yeah, I mean, I prefer just
they
to
don't
have
fucking
them
need it
all around be good. But, no, I mean, it's good to see Trey Benson working his way onto the field without being a pure backup. That was super exciting because, obviously, I love me some Trey Benson. For fantasy purposes, it's not the greatest thing in the entire world. We want to have all the work to one guy. But James Conner and Trey Benson, if they're going to split the work, they're going to be fresh. They're going to pound and pound and pound away at this ass Carolina defensive front for 150-2.
Yeah.
Bet it.
I think that's almost guaranteed. I'd say the odds on that are plus 110.
I guarantee if we look at it, it's probably plus 300 at least.
Well, I'm not saying their odds, my odds.
Oh. Yeah. I mean, like, slightly less likely to happen, but there's a good chance. Yeah,
I think it'll happen.
Well, then you should have minus odds.
I should bet that.
You should bet
Maybe
that.
that'll be on our next episode.
Just saying. All right, go ahead.
Just saying. All right. My bet the house is Kenneth Walker will have a bounce back week. 100 yards scrimmage. Biatch.
100 yards from scrimmage. All right. I mean, I'll take it. I mean, if you said he's going to be your back on track player, obviously. 100 yards from scrimmage. Who the Seahawks play this week?
Hold on, look it up.
Man, they're supposed to go in a
I'm just
whole.
playing. They play Pittsburgh.
Woof. I will say, if there was one,
Pittsburgh's defense.
I was gonna say one area where they were exploited, it was the run game. So
Yeah, Brees Hall torched him up. Just saying.
yeah, I won't be putting that on my ticket, but I hope it happens for my sweet Ken Walker's sake.
My.
Mama bet the house. Bet the house. Travion Henderson finishes as a top 15 running back against Miami in week 2.
Who?
Travion Henderson finishes as a top 15.
15?
15. He's going to hit a big play.
I don't even know if he's 15 yet.
Travion Henderson is going to hit a big play. He's going to hit a big one. I feel it coming.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, the defense is going to slip.
Is he still on kick return?
Yeah. Whether it comes in the kick return game, I'm just saying Travion Henderson, top 15. That means he at least scores a touchdown. I think he breaks a big play. And I think top 15 is a aggressively conservative line for him.
I'm not going to lie. I looked at all these rookie running backs this week, and I said, I want that. I said, give me Travion Henderson. Honestly, give me RJ Harvey. And honestly,
oh man, RJ Harvey looked good, bro. RJ Harvey looked good. Had the longest run by a Bronco since Latavius Murray in 2022 in his first ever game.
I tried to get Judkins from Caleb.
I'm sure that is not happening unless you blow his socks off.
Actually, I think I sent him a pretty good trade. I don't remember what it was off the top of my head, but I remember I went into this year saying, look, I'm not going to blow people up with trades. First of all, because I've realized trade fatigue is a thing.
You have created a reputation for yourself, young Padawan.
I've made a reputation of trade fatigue, so I'm not going to send out a fuck ton of trades. And I'm going to start off much closer to even than...
Meaning you're not going to send shit trades and hope they accept it, but you're going to send something that makes sense. Okay, got it. Makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, so I remember, I think Kenneth Walker is a part of the trade. I think it was Kenneth Walker and Marquise Brown for Lab McConkey and Judkins.
Bro, that's fucking crazy. Only in the fact that McConkey had a decent game. He was his 3rd or 4th round pick. And you're trying to trade a running back who got 2 points and your very last pick of the draft to get his 4th round pick and the starting running back for his favorite team.
Also out.
Yeah.
Hollywood Brown's poised to have a really good role. And Judkins, what the fuck? You just signed 2 days ago.
I get it. But what I'm saying is like, we're so not far removed from draft season is that it's really hard to convince. We still have that attachment to like where we drafted these players.
Bro, I drafted Kenneth Walker in like the 4th round. Come on.
I know, but...
What did you draft Judkins at, like 10?
I think it was probably earlier than that. But again, know your audience. He's a Browns fan. He's been waiting for this.
I know.
So like,
I know. I knew it was like pretty much.
No, I get it.
Shot,
but all right, go ahead.
Is it me? Yeah, it's me.
Yeah.
All right. I think the Chargers will continue rolling. 2 receivers will have 10 plus points. And Hampton will get going with 80 yards and a touchdown.
Oh, I would love that. I'm just waiting
so
to
basically 2 of the receivers are going to have 10 points. Hampton's going to have 80 yards and a touchdown.
That's a lot of points. If 10 and 10 plus 80 and a tutty, that means the Chargers are putting up at least 30 in the game against the Raiders. It's not impossible, for sure, but I hope you're right. Although... I do kind of hope that the Raiders win this game. I don't know. It sucks as a Broncos fan having to deal with 4 really good teams.
I know, because the Chargers are exciting.
I know.
And they're a team that, like, they're just lovable.
Assholes.
They got Derwin James, Justin Herbert, Hampton now.
A bunch of Hollywood assholes. And he gets date Madison Beer. Like, I can kiss my ass. All right.
Madison Beer gets to date Justin Herbert.
Damn. Now that you say that, I think that holds more weight. All right. Bet the house that receiving options in Philly shine as Saquon finishes outside the top 20 running backs against Kansas City. Listen,
Wow.
I
He's been saying this all season long. He hates Saquon Barkley. He thinks Saquon is washed.
listen, not even in the slightest. He is elite. He's a top 2 running back in the league, in my opinion. However, I have seen what Kansas City can do against the run for an entire season and a game already. And last week just had proven that Chris Jones, that defensive front, is still a monster. They're going to make you pass the ball to win. And guess what? They have the weapons to do that. So A.J. Brown, Goddard, Devontae Smith, they're going to shine. And Saquon is just going to be super inefficient. He might have, 18 carries for 62 yards. Like, I can see that happening. Like, just over 3 a clip. He doesn't get in the end zone. I think Sirianni is a smart coach, and he's willing to adapt to win. And like I said, they have the weapons to win any possible way they want. So A.J. Brown, Smith, Goddard going to shine. Saquon finishes outside the top 20 with no tutties.
I don't think so. I doubt that. But
All right.
it's hot take. Hot take.
I mean,
Who's more washed? Chris Jones
no.
or Saquon Barkley?
That's like saying they're both like still elite players. What do you mean?
Mm.
Yes.
Or are they both washed?
No, they're both
We'll
elite.
find out
No.
on
Okay.
Sunday night.
Do they play Sunday night?
I don't know.
They might. I mean,
They
actually,
might.
they
I
don't.
feel
They
like it
don't.
should
No, they
be.
don't because they play the same time as the Broncos Colts, and I was like, I know what game I'm watching. They play at 4:00.
What game are you watching, bitch?
The Broncos Colts, dumbass.
Oh, okay. I
That's
was like,
what I'm
what
saying.
the fuck?
No, that's what I'm saying. I was like, they're
Okay,
playing at the same
okay,
time.
yeah.
I was like, but I know what game I'm watching.
I was like, you literally are traveling 300 miles to come watch this game.
Yes, yes, I am.
All right.
All right. All
Should
right.
we do a vlog?
We can do a vlog. Sure.
Should we?
Yeah. Why not? Fuck it. It'll be fun.
Hey, Caleb and Timmy, you guys want to see a vlog?
Yeah. If you made it to this point in the video,
I don't even think Caleb and Timmy made it this far. And
No,
we're
of
2
course
segments in. All right. All right.
You're
My
an hour
third
in.
will be Bo Nix. And the Broncos will continue the slow starts with a defensive, low-scoring game versus the Colts.
I hope that's not
I'm not
true.
necessarily saying that. I do think Bo Nix will get back to. I don't think I wouldn't raise the alarms. But I do think both these defenses are pretty stout. Both these. I mean, the Colts did have a hot week 1. I'm not gonna project that week 2. I just don't think it's gonna be a very high-scoring game. That's more so the reason.
Yeah.
I could very easily see this being like a fucking 14-12 game.
I just don't see how anyone scores lots of points on Denver this year, just especially if we get Dre Greenlaw back. Definitely could be a very defensive game. It's at Indy. I hope Denver's offense puts it together. Sean Payton has to be better. He was really, really bad. I also know Bo Nix.
Charvarius Ward is possibly out, so that's kind of a huge loss.
Yeah, no, I mean it's going to take a lot for it to be a high flying game. I mean, Denver has the best team in the league. Go argue with your mama, and it just really depends if Bo Nix can lock in. He has the tools, he has the skills. Poor decision making plagued him week 1, and he even said himself. He said sometimes you get too aggressive, and I think I think Sean Payton will learn after week 1, so I hope it's a better outing. But as long as my team gets that dub, I'm willing to roll my guys.
If Charvarius Ward's out, we got Xavier Howard to back him up.
Yeah, I don't know. We gonna see.
It's gonna solid.
And apparently we
I kind of like that.
Apparently we are gonna be doing a vlog so we can hang out and record the game and see exactly what goes down at 4:05 Eastern time on Sunday.
If the for me, I didn't have high hopes going into this year. Like, we start off 1-1, I don't give a fuck. For Kyle, if he travels all the way here, we vlog it. If his Broncos suck, if the Colts go and donkey stomp the fuck out of them, Kyle might kill himself.
I'm gonna throw you
So
over the
if
fence.
you want to see
just out of
your
retaliation.
first, I might be Logan Paul 2.0, recording a suicide.
No, it should be a fun game. We might have to put some wagers on it. Also, not going to let you forget that Nick Bonito is the Colts' daddy with the most disrespectful pick six and nuts in your face celebration of all time, and you should respect him.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Nah, you wouldn't. All right. Now, one more segment to close out the day. It's a longer episode, but it's a whole lot of stuff coming after week 1. Nothing more.
Wait, hold on. We have 2 more, right?
You told me you didn't do one.
I didn't do back on track. I made that shit up on the fly.
Oh, fuck. Well, then...
All right.
Fuck it. We do have 2 more. Hey, ready.
Okay. We can go. We'll go fast through tough calls.
Let's do this one first.
Oh.
It's a trap! That was my
what
favorite
played?
one. It was some like Star Wars marching music. I thought it was cool.
Okay.
But no.
I'll have to go back and listen to him.
You've got the same account. You can go look at them. So,
I can.
Yeah. So it's a trap. Essentially, players that we deemed overperformed the previous week, and the outlook to this week is not there. So that for me is the easiest one of all time. I'm gonna get my lick back. The easiest. It's a trap player all time. You might think you're getting cute on the waiver wire if you went late QB, or you got Purdy and say he misses the game. You need another scrub. It's none other than Indiana Jones against Denver. Is a trap.
Bro, fuck.
Is a trap.
That's my trap.
Well, guess what? That's fine. We can have the same trap. I love it. I'll sit here and let you tell me how he's gonna suck on Sunday. Go ahead.
I mean, yeah, I don't think first quarterback in NFL history to score on every single possession of the game. Just putting that out there. I don't think he's bad. I do think he's gotten out of the Giants stink, and he's going to be serviceable. I still, even like watching him play, I still kind of want Anthony Richardson to start.
Oh my God.
Just, I don't know what's wrong with me. I want to see, he's not that exciting. I'd rather see Anthony Richardson.
No, because he's the biggest goofy ass dorky dude that's like you almost just want him to fail.
He looks like he has freaking autism. Okay. He might. Look, the Broncos defense guards the pass well. If they do anything, they guard the pass well. And that's where Daniel Jones has succeeded. I do think the Broncos this year could be a little bit of a run funnel. In years past, they have been pretty good against the run, but correct me if I'm wrong, like Tony Pollard didn't do too bad. So I think that it's going to be a combination of both. The Colts will not shy away from just letting Jonathan Taylor take over if he's doing well. So I think it'll be a combination of Daniel Jones will struggle in the passing game, and Jonathan Taylor could be serviceable in the run game.
Yeah, I mean, just judging on last year, and the defense only got better. Denver's number 3 in the league against running backs, third fewest rushing yards. So, when I talk about a run funnel, I don't think it's going to be there. However,
Whatever.
running QBs are always like an annoyance, and he's always due for a QB sneak touchdown, which he vultured from JT last weekend. So like he could sneak himself into having a decent game, but whoever Denver deems their number 1 wide receiver, you might as well forget about it. They will be awful. Pat Surtain locking that ish down.
Xavier Howard's going to lock him down.
Xavier Howard's going to lock down the Colts' number 1 wide receiver.
For Denver. You said Denver.
Oh, well, okay, fine. You know what I mean. Pat Surtain is locking down whoever their number 1 is. So honestly, if anything, Tyler
You
Warren.
don't know who it is.
It's gonna be.
So who's he gonna guard?
It's gonna be Michael Pittman.
Whatever, man. You got Josh Downs, Tyler Warren, and
yeah, Josh Downs sure did a whole lot against that shit Miami defense in a 33-point outing. So
he didn't need to.
Yeah, okay. So yeah, it ain't happening. So don't get cute. Don't think that it's gonna compound. Even Mr. Colts back here says it himself.
Well, I think we're gonna win the game, but I think it's gonna be a defensive game. It's gonna be a gritty game.
All right, go ahead. Who's your trap?
It's a trap. Is Tyrone Tracy. The Dallas defense is better than we thought they were going to be. Without Micah Parsons, the Giants just look. It's not even really an indictment on Tyrone Tracy. It's just the Giants fucking suck. Like, if Russell Wilson is starting for the Giants, just bench almost everybody except Malik Neighbors. And even then, don't expect that much from Malik Neighbors. I mean,
it won't take long for them to switch off of Russ if it
did
goes
you hear
south
that
quick.
Brian Daboll reportedly went to the owners and asked to start Dart this for week 2? And
Yeah.
it's also been reported Russell Wilson is week 2 starter. But the fact that they're having to report that
Is sad. Is extremely sad.
yes,
No, I know.
it should not be a report. It should be like, oh yeah, no shit. And no, he sucks so bad. I've never seen a quarterback fall out of grace so hard.
At such a young age, this man is like 36 years old. Like he's
He
not.
got drafted with Andrew Luck.
Yeah, no, he's
He's younger than Matthew Stafford.
yeah, no, straight up, boom boom, beneficial or beneficiary of Legion of Boom and a Pete Carroll led team. So I'll stand by it.
Yeah, Doug
So,
Baldwin.
All right, I get it. All right, it's a trap. Do not start. I mean, you're still gonna start him. Who am I kidding? But don't expect the same production. James Cook versus the New York Jets. He benefited from a 50-yard dump-off completion for his fantasy finish last week. And honestly, the fact that he did not score on that is an indictment. He looked like he got tired by the 2-yard line and then got absolutely sunned to not punch that in the end zone. That was disrespectful. But I still think that the Jets have an elite run defense. They shut down the run game of the Steelers, which I know that that's what they want to do. Because, again, the Bills are playing the Steelers next week. And I think Josh Allen is just going to do what Josh Allen needs to do to win the game. And I don't think James Cook will be a beneficiary of that. So be careful on your expectations for James Cook. You're going to start him because
The Jets.
you have
They're
to.
playing the Jets.
That's what I said, right? Sorry, Jets. Jets played the
You said
Steelers
the
last week.
Steelers.
Yeah.
I was so confused. I was like, I'm pretty sure Kenneth Walker's playing the
No.
Steelers.
But I was confused because the Jets played the Steelers. But yes, the Jets shut down the Steelers' run game. So the Bills, I don't see it happening for James Cook. Josh Allen will do what he needs to do to win, and I don't think it involves James Cook as much.
I think it could happen. James Cook is kind of like matchup proof with the passing game just because he has those 50-yard dump offs. But It won't always work.
It will not
It
this
could
week.
be a trap.
It is a trap.
All right. Another it's a trap. A week 1 superstar. Absolute phenom. Debo. Oh,
I mean,
everybody's going to want to start him this week. He just had an incredible week 1 and like I said, I think their game script is going to have to flip out of necessity. I don't think they're going to be able to do this cute behind the line of scrimmage passing game and march down the field on the Green Bay defense. I think they're going to have to air it out. Debo cannot run more than 10 yards downfield. He will collapse. And yeah, that's all I got.
okay. Personally, I disagree. I think the one that got away from me in our draft is I took Chris Godwin the same round that Debo Samuel went, 4 picks later. Do I think that Chris Godwin is a better receiver and probably a better asset to have at this point in his career, assuming full health? Yes. However,
because Igbuka took his spot week 1.
I'm very curious to see how that works out. No bias one way or another. I want to see how it works out.
Igbuka took his spot.
All right, we'll see.
Greatest rookie wide receiver season of all time.
Oh my God, shut up.
I'm not kidding. It's happening, dude.
I mean, but point being is, I could have had a very startable asset on my team in Debo Samuel up until this point, and as soon as I made the pick, I thought about it, but I think Debo is. I think he's the same Debo, and I think the scheme with Washington is very conducive to his play style. Do I think he is going to have as good of a game as he had last week against the Giants? Probably not. You even said it yourself. You think that Terry McLaurin is a back-on-track candidate because they're going to have to be playing from behind and need more downfield explosive plays, and the dink and dunks to Debo and the yards after catch probably won't be there. So I think that's fair. I wouldn't be scared off of starting him if you can, but that's me. So
Yeah, one more.
yeah, I got one more. I'll be quick with this one, and both you and I are probably in agreement. Zach Charbonnet is the trap against the Steelers. The Steelers got torched on the run last week. Charbonnet just graded out as the most successful rusher of the entire NFL last week, but he, I think, is still going to. He's just benefiting from a limited Ken Walker. We think Ken Walker is going to bounce back. I think if you're just assuming it's the reverse, I think you're going to be disappointed. They're playing the Steelers at home. I think they'll play better than they did at the Jets. And Charbonnet had a really good week, and I don't think it continues. So it's a trap.
I ain't got nothing to say.
I know you don't. Well,
Before we get to this next segment,
what?
what do we think about Keon Coleman?
I think that he is good.
Do you think he really took the next step?
I think his two issues.
I will say Josh Allen is treating him like he did.
Well, and that goes into the first issue that I want to bring up is one was health. He was hurt often throughout last year. And two, I think Josh Allen is a guy who operates on trust. Khalil Shakir is not a overly talented wide receiver that deserves the bajillion targets and a lot of work that he does. I think he just trusts him as a player and a teammate to do what he's supposed to do when he's supposed to do it. And if Keon can get to that point, which it seems like in the fourth quarter, getting 10 targets in the fourth quarter, it seems like that's proof is in the pudding that he can do it. I think the sky's the limit for the kid.
Yeah. The fact that he was looking for him in the crunch time when they needed it.
I mean, it's just wild. I'm looking at it right here. Keon Coleman was the number 4 wide receiver on the week. Number 4 wide receiver on the week. Which, if I read the top receivers, you'll know how fantasy went for people this week. So I'll just run that through real quick. Number 1, Zay Flowers. Number 2, Quentin Johnston. Number 3, Emeka Egbuka. Number 4, Keon Coleman. Number 5, Deebo Samuel. 6, Garrett Wilson. 7, Puka Nacua. 8, Michael Pittman. 9, Marvin Harrison Jr. 10, Calvin Austin. 11, CeeDee Lamb. And 12, Keenan Allen. Can you imagine the odds on like a parlay if you were to put those 12 guys as the top receivers in the NFL?
I think honestly, Michael Pittman and Keon Coleman, getting drafted so late was such a missed sight by fantasy players, because it's like you have highly drafted wide receiver going into year 2 with Josh Allen, who does not have a wide receiver 1 yet.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it at the very least, he should have been like going way higher. Just like he should be going. Who has the more potential going into this year? Just like looking at the situation, Josh Allen or not Josh Allen, Keon Coleman or Rome Odunze. I mean, honestly, probably Keon Coleman.
Yeah, 100%.
You got Josh Allen.
Yeah,
is your quarterback.
If you're talking about
who doesn't have a 1, it's not a clouded room.
And not to mention the
honestly,
difference
there's fucking nobody in the room
between the MVP and a all-promise former first overall pick. So no,
it's just crazy to me. Like just looking back, I'm like, dude, I feel like I mean, you and me were both kind of in on. Well, I was in on Michael Pittman and Keon, but we were both in on Keon, and I just think it's interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I will say not to like shit on your Michael Pittman, but like he did have a 30-yard touchdown pass that like bolstered those numbers to put him up there. It yet to be seen for the season, but both obviously promising signs that you would have wanted to see from some lower drafted guys. Matter of fact, in our league, I took Josh Downs 1 pick before Michael Pittman, and we'll see how that works out.
Yeah.
All right. Well, do you just want to close this one out? I don't have any tough calls.
Oh, you didn't do them?
No. I don't know how I messed it up 3 times where the wrong segment. I did the back on track. I'm telling you, I looked at our document like 4 times, and I don't feel like coming up with them on the spot. I'll give you props for that.
That's good. That's much harder to come up with on the spot than back on track.
No, for sure. But which one? You know what? I'll showcase the tough calls drop that I made.
Yeah, let's see the drop.
All right, ready? We'll get to that one next week. Justin would appreciate that one because that one's like a hard rock.
Nice.
Yeah. Because per
Let's
our,
go listen to all these.
I was gonna say for our recording circumstance, Justin can't hear it as it's recording, but you just gotta trust me on it. Your boy cooked with that one. But that's all we got for week 1. Week 2 coming up. It'll be a lot of fun. We're gonna start getting into the nitty gritty of
I like that
of the show.
Trap one.
Oh, you're looking at it right now on your phone.
Yeah.
Oh my God, literally on your computer, but whatever. All right, let's get out of here. This was week 2 of the NFL season. Your boy is starting 1-0 against the scrub 0-1 over here, and we're ready to keep the ball rolling. And as always,
I get my second trophy.
don't miss the last call. Fantasy football. Deuces.
Football.